Hello students, welcome to the fourth chapter Economic Development Part 3 Standard 9 Subject History. Let us study about nationalization of banks. During the tenure of Prime Minister Pandit Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri, banking was a monopoly of private sector. The directors of these banks were working towards developing industrial sector and increasing its profit. In order to stop this, the government nationalized the Imperial Bank in 1955 and it got converted into State Bank of India. Let us study about nationalization of commercial banks. During the tenure of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Congress Forum for Socialist Action, a group in the Congress party, made a demand for nationalization of commercial banks. Nationalization of banks was essential to cover the deficits if they occurred while implementing different schemes. 14 major commercial banks were nationalized on 19 July 1969. In 1980, six more banks were nationalized. Let us see about 20-point program. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced the 20-point program on 1st July 1975. The main provisions of this program were as follows: land ceiling for cities and agricultural land, equal division of wealth, minimum wages for the workers, increase in the water conservation schemes, and workers' participation in industries. It also included freeing bonded labor, improvement in the textile industries by developing handloom sector, waiving loans for weaker sections, and making educational equipment available to schools. Let us study about issues of workers. The first textile mill was started in Mumbai on 11 July 1851 by Kavasji Davar. Eventually, mills started in Dadar, Parel, Bhaikala, Shevdi, Prabhadevi and Worli. This part came to be known as Girangaon or Town of Mills. In 1980s, the increasing unrest among the workers was due to the economic conditions in other sections. In 1981, the workers expected to get a bonus of 20%. Rashtriya Mil Mazdoor Sangh agreed upon 8 to 17% bonus without taking the workers into confidence. The cut in the bonus proved to be the cause of unrest. Some workers went to Dr. Datta Samant. They asked him to accept their leadership. Workers of 65 mills came together and Dr. Datta Samant led the strike. On 18th January 1982, 2.5 lakh workers went on a strike and Girangaon mills stopped working. Study about the new economic policy. In the year 1991, Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, along with Dr. Manmohan Singh as a finance minister, adopted the new economic policy of linking India's economy with the global economy. Factors leading to the new economic policy were: the rate of inflation was 17%. Economic growth rate had gone down by 1.1%. It had become difficult to pay back the foreign loans and even give the interest on it. In the year 1980-81, foreign loan was 2,350 crore dollars. It increased to 8,380 crore dollars in 1990-91. The background of the increased oil prices due to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. It became difficult for India to raise a loan. Even the non-resident Indians started withdrawing their deposits in foreign currency from India. Let us study about the remedies to control the economic laws. P.V. Narasimha Rao appointed Dr. Manmohan Singh as a finance minister in order to find a way to this situation. Dr. Singh undertook many corrective measures. He removed the restrictions on foreign investments. He restricted the license system to 18 industries. He opened up the public sector for investment by private industries. Effects of measures taken by Shri Manmohan Singh. Foreign investments in India grew during the first tenure of Dr. Manmohan Singh. India could recover the gold mortgaged with the Bank of England. As the government opened up the telecom sector, mobile phone services started all over the country. Let us study about the World Trade Organization. In 1995, India became a member of the World Trade Organization. The organization had the following objectives: to free trade between the countries, to put an end to all those discriminatory laws, restrictions, rules, and policies that are hurdles in the way of international free trade, and to regulate global trade. The provisions of the World Trade Organizations are regarding import-export, foreign investment, agriculture, technology, and services. India has made a considerable improvement in different areas like reduction in the below poverty line population. India signed the South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement along the lines of the World Trade Organization. Facilities for the SAARC countries. India removed the import restrictions on several commodities for SAARC countries. India also gave discounts on import duties. India opened up the insurance sectors to private and the foreign investment. In this way, we have learned about the journey of India's economy. In the next chapter, we are going to study India's progress in other fields.